I've made a indicator. It's called MACD times 2, and this is it here. It's 2 MACDs in its separate pane, and this is for Tradingview. This is it here. This is me. Okay, I've got a few indicators there on Tradingview you might be interested in. The reason that I made this indicator was I was sick of having 2 MACDs, so I thought, you know what, let's combine them. And that's exactly what I've done. The information here, I've got 12 and 9. That was just a typo, sorry, I've just changed that, so it should be 12, 26 and 9. But when you load it up on your chart, it'll have 12, 26 and 9, which is the stock standard MACD. And these are all changeable, by the way. You can come in here and do what you want. And I've also got a second MACD, which is 8, 20 and 6, and that's a setting that I really like to use. All these you can turn them on and off. Okay, you can do whatever you want with them. And on the chart, of course, you can do whatever you want here as well. So it's fully customizable to however you want it. I'm just going to run through a few ways that I like to use this particular indicator. So on the chart, that's how it comes up. Just actually on the chart itself, I have an 8 and a 20 EMA, and I like to have those EMAs, and that just corresponds with the 8 and 20 MACD here. Okay, so let's have a look and see how a couple of ways to use it. As it is, you could do it, but it's pretty messy. Okay, the green line is the signal line of the 8 and 20 MACD, and the blue line is the stock standard 12, 26 and 9, and of course that's the signal lines here. So what you can do is I find a really powerful way to use this is just to get rid of the signal lines on both charts. So now we just have the two MACD lines. Okay, so let's have a look at that. Don't worry about the histogram for a moment. So how can we utilize this as a more powerful combo? Well, the green is the shorter MACD. Okay, so obviously if that crosses the slower MACD, well, there's something that's happening within the market, and I would be alerted. And so right here you can see the market went long. Okay, and this is the Nasdaq, by the way, in a 5-minute chart. And then you can see here it crossed over here, and yet again I'm thinking, well, there's something that could be happening. There's a probability there's a change in the market, and by using these two, just the MACD lines themselves, is very powerful. And you can see here that indeed price did go down. Now it doesn't always work that way. You can see here that it did, the 8 went above the 1226 MACD, but it was just a pullback. Okay, and this is the end of the trading day, so just disregard that. I have a pretty hard and fast rule when it comes to the MACD, because the MACD is just measuring 2 EMAs. So this green line is just measuring the distance between the 8 and the 20, which is on my chart here. And for me, a long is really categorized by when this MACD line goes above its 0 line. So right here, I can confidently say that the market is long, because the fast moving average is above the slow moving average. Okay, so when I see crosses like this below this 0 line, I don't react to them. I would react to it coming back down for a short here. Do you understand? Something like this, I'm thinking, right, well, it's crossed over. I'm watching the market, and then as it gets closer, there's a massive, sorry, there's a motorbike that's coming past, there's a massive probability that the market may go long, and it did. Okay, you know, so only you can determine what is going on. So look at the consolidation in here. We can clearly see that, and we can clearly see here by the MACD lines themselves. So right here, there's a probability that this market was to go short, because both the MACDs have just gone under, but I can't quite see it, you know. So, you know, you just need to wait. I would always wait until I can see the histograms right here. It's just always better to wait. And there you go, you would have had a successful trade there of 30 points. You could, if you wanted to make it even more complicated, is add in one of the signal lines. So I'll add in the fast one. There you go. So let me just clean this up. So this is the fast signal line of the 820 and 6 MACD. So you can see they're both under. So that's a good sign that you could be going short. And you can see here that both the MACDs have crossed over this. So that's a good sign you could be going long. When they're mixed up like this, no trading, okay? Let's get rid of this and just put on the slower one. Okay, now that's going to slow you down even more. But you can see here, you wouldn't have reacted here, you would have reacted here. So there's many different ways to use it. It's your imagination that can drive this. I'm just going to go to a 30-minute chart. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the 820 and 6, but I'm going to change this top one to a 30, 60, and a 30. Okay, so it's a really long MACD. Okay, and let's look at, excuse me, let's just get rid of the signal lines, and now we can use this as a histogram. What I'm showing you here is that we can see that the price is below the 8 and the 20 on the 30-minute chart, and we can see here, let me just get this up. So we can see here, this is the long-term histogram of the 30, 60 and 30. Okay, so it's short. Okay, the market's short. We're measuring, the MACD is measuring the distance between the 30 and the 60, and it's saying, okay, it's short, right? If we put back on the faster MACD, which is the histogram, we can see here that it was an agreement here that they were both under, so that is a legitimate short. We can see here that the market kept going down, but the short MACD histogram took up over the zero line and then came back down, okay, somewhere in here. So that can be used as a re-entry into here, okay. You could even make, I won't do it. Let me just find somewhere else. We can see, here's another example. The longer term MACD was under, it just spiked up here and then they both took off. Bang, you go short. You can see here the faster MACD histogram came above zero, but the longer MACD histogram was still below. That's your entry. Bang. You get what's going on? I'm not suggesting a 30, 60 and a 30 is the holy grail. I was just using that as an example. But it's pretty powerful. If you could find the correct numbers to suit whatever you trade, you might have great success. So like you can see here, the market was coming down, the market took upwards here, but the longer term MACD stayed down. Okay, that's up, it didn't, and then as soon as the histograms come down, take your entry. Okay, and you can see here that they both took off. You can see these two little spikes here of the short MACD took off. That's your entry. So many ways to use this. It's such a versatile tool. You know, there's the signal line only. There's the signal line only. You know, it's you know, then you can just incorporate. It's just, you can just go for it, man. It's just so many combinations. I don't know what the best one is for you. Anyway, go check it out. Excuse me. you might really enjoy this this indicator on your charts. I do, and I use it all the time. I absolutely love it. All right, catch you later.